The first advice Sifuna must ignore is people will tell him to become a Luya leader, to go local. That's the first advice he must ignore. Because he's national. Let him. Everything else will follow naturally. You cannot be anything beyond Sifuna if you're a Luya. He doesn't have to go to Bungoma or anything. It is automatic. And you remember I said something and you didn't remind me. I told you there were two things that Sifuna is bringing out, which is powerful and dangerous to the established politicians. The first one was the Genz, activating them. These are dormant, but powerful demography. The other demography is the Luya demography. It has never been a demography. The Luya has never mattered. The Luya vote has never mattered in national politics. With the Sifuna's entry, those are 4-5 million votes.
Wow.
Active. Just like that. You know, people are not seeing this. Just like that, it is Sifuna who has the highest number of votes. Automatically. Oh, Mount Kenya, 6 million. Nonsense. Because Sifuna brings Genz and brings the Luya who have been dormant. All of them, like 5 million votes, 4 million votes. Then you get Genz, 6, 7, who has more votes than him. Tikaro should invite me to make them earn their salary.
My God.
Yeah. He's the one with the most votes now. It's as simple as that. He has awoken a sleeping giant, the Luya. The second most populous community. Some people are arguing those numbers are being cooked because the Luyas wanazaa watoto 6-7, Wakikuyu ni moja na wengine wameuawa na pombe. Unaona mama wao wanalia kila siku kwa TV. You can't pick these people kwa mtaro wa
My goodness, yes. My goodness, Professor. You're saying something that is completely new to everybody.
It's powerful. I'm telling you. I don't know whether these guys are seeing. Nobody has more vote than Sifuna now. Because from nowhere the Luyas are now up. All the women are even calling me Mimi Sifuna. It is so exciting. The only place I thought would not be excited is Busia, which is sometimes more low than Luya. I'm shocked. That's why I'm getting most calls from Kinamama Mboga. And people are telling me here it is Sifuna. You say anything else, people will just beat you up. So if you awaken the sleeping giant that is the Luya, those are millions of votes. Can only be next to the Kikuyu vote, to the Mount Kenya vote. And then you awaken the other sleeping giant. The young people who never vote in this country. Who has more votes than Sifuna now?
Nobody.
Nobody. Not Wamunyoro, not Ruto, nobody. In fact, if Sifuna chooses just to go into the election, and even if there's a run-up, he will be number one. Now the game will begin. If you are Sifuna, if you went it to run off, you lose. Because these guys will gang up, the bourgeois politicians. They know they know you are destroying the status quo.
Oh, yes.
You are dismantling the systems.
You are taking away what they have gathered for years.
Kata yao na ngoa inatoka cheese, you are moving it away. Shida inatokea. So they will gang together. They will all vote for Ruto if he's number 2. For their survival. So if the Sifuna movement, if they stand, it should only stand if they will push it to 51.
Plus. 51.
Yeah. Actually, 51 they can't be given. 56, kwenda mbele.
Oh, 51 they won't be given?
No. You cannot be given by the system. Below 51. 51 and below you can't be given. The system will do what they want.
It has to, you really have
to start 54 and above. It is so clear, stealing is very difficult. The things you must move to have that election
that is something
with a semblance of
that is something that a lot of people also do not speak about.
Yes.
That it is beginning to be very difficult to really steal this election.
Yes. Any election. And look here, what makes it difficult is the people you are stealing from are the ones who can steal. These young people can close the central bank tomorrow. Can't they?
They can.
They can hack into the central bank. These young people can close the government payroll. Mshahara mwezi watu wasipate. So those are the ones who can steal from you. So if you are running for president, you are
oh my God, Mr. Vanyora.
That's how it is.
Do you know the things you're saying here are new?
Yeah, this is how serious it is. It is that serious. It is. You can't steal from these young people because they have already systems. They can tell you, me, I vote from, say you vote from a polling station. They will have systems that will count and have images of all the people entering the polling station. So by the close of the polling station, they know it is 300 people out of 450 who have voted. And one way of manipulating the election is after the close of the polling station, you now vote for those who had not voted.
Those that had active votes but
which
did
is
not
suspected to have been done in Mount Kenya in 2020. That's what people suspect.
In 2022?
2022. People feel the turnout was manipulated. And it featured even in court. So it's not Manyora saying. People argue the turnout was, doctored and so on and so forth. That happens at the close of the polling station. Now, these young men will have given you the figures already. And they'll be on mtandao kila mahali.
Wamekupatia?
Periodically. And the fact the law demands that periodically we must know that what goes on in every polling station. So after 2 hours, we must know 10 people have voted. So every hour the boys will post. So far, out of the 450 polling registered voters hapa,
unangoja sisi tutachukua hii kitu sangapi na kila kitu inaruka.
50 wamepiga kura. After some time, they are 80. After some times 150. Close 350. Wewe yako utaongeza wapi ya kurig. And you see they develop systems which there's another boy who has developed something, whatever you people call those things, which simultaneously gives you the results. So when you are going to the county constituents to go tallying, they already have the tally. Sasa hiyo yako utatoa wapi? And the law also demands that at the end of the polling, the voting, the results must be pinned, like on the door if it's a school. So hiyo yako utatoa wapi? They already have everything. It is synchronized in a system. So by the time wanaenda kwa polling station, kwa county head, what do you call it, the constituents, which will be the final journey, on where there's the form 34A or something like that. Si wako na total. Sasa wewe kama constituency returning officer, sasa nini unataka kuongeza na kitu wako naye? Wewe yako utatoa wapi? Si ndio hii mzee? Hii polling station, hivi huyu alipata, ndio hii in picture form, in word form, in text. So sasa wewe yako ni gani? So the elections is what?
Mr. Manyora, you are telling me that in 2027,
yes,
Ruto is a president that is going to be having a lot of problems.
Not a lot of problems. Just he's facing challenges like anybody else faces in an election. The wrong route, the last route you want to take is the route of rigging an election. It is dangerous, first of all, because you will not manage and it will turn the country into chaos. So campaign, like I told you, everybody aspiring to be president for the first time, which is not a Kenyan thing. Surround yourself with thinkers, with the best brain.
People who know how to convert.
And the people like Jagero.
Jagero. Yes.
Because this is about narratives. You have people to tell your story and tell it well. In America, it is the press, it's the media that almost gives Americans their president. So for the first time, this is coming in this country. You need thinkers around you. You need narratives. And you need the best storytellers like Ijadelo here.
Yeah. Very well. People are talking to you. Yes.
The mission in 2027 is not to make Sifuna senator. The mission in 2027 is to rescue our country. Whatever it takes, Trevor, if it takes Sifuna losing the Senate of Nairobi to kick William Ruto out and make him a one-term president, so be it. That is a higher calling than me being senator. The reason anybody goes to the ballot to re-elect a president is the things they have done for them at an individual level. How has he managed the affairs of the country? How has he managed the economy? Are Kenyans happier? Are Kenyans in a better place than when he took over? How is the state of health? How is the state of education? How is the state of our economy, Trevor? If you are telling me that you're going to re-elect Ruto because he gave Baba a lift from the hotel to the venue of the AUC election, there's something very wrong with you. There's people who are telling us that they will vote for Raila, for Ruto, to spite those two mamambogas who are singing that they were happy in Karatina. Two mamambogas at a market in Karatina.
Na kwambianga consistency is key. Kama unajenga brand, unafikiri ni mchezo, you know? Like for example, what do you stand for from day one, my friend? What are you telling people, you know? The consistency in showing up, doing what the target audience expects you to do or wants you to actually have someone like you doing that is something that is helping Edwin Sifuna. He is now reaping from the consistency, you know, from the authenticity. Hakuna mambo ya sympathy votes ama sympathy moments. This guy has been consistent from day one, speaking for the people, you know, the target audience, ensuring that voices of the target audience zinasikika hapa nje, my friend, you know. And he's been standing up since Baba was alive, you know. So ati ni kitu mpya. So something else nimebambika nayo pia also when we are building brands ni ati, my friend, once unajua you have the value and you have everything that the market needs, wewe enda sokoni. And whatever people say, wewe usijali kusikia, wewe do whatever is right for the target audience. And you see, he started doing those rallies, my friend. Ya Kitengela ilikuwa massive. Nasikia wanaenda Kakamega next time, you know. So, consistency, back to it again. Consistent na same messaging, you know. Value yake ni gani? He is talking when others are mute, when others are eating. Yani jamaa alikuwa paka kwa maandamano bana, Genz maandamano pale akiambia watu wacheni hiyo mchezo mazejo, you know. So this guy has mastered the game, and I guess he learned from the best, you know, that when you put the target audience mbele, your brand will forever flourish. So wewe keep on showing up at your workplace, you know, your day itafika, my friend, lakini make sure una take action, because usipo take action day yako itaifika. Sifuna ali take action, akamua tunaenda wapi, tononoka chansi, tononoka hapo ni watu wale wapawa. Tunaenda wapi? Tunaenda Kitee. Ya kwanza ilikuwa wapi? Busia. You see how things are done by taking action. Najua na niona unashangaa, so who am I? My name is Elkins, your marketing guy. Na mimi usaidia wana biashara, content creators and entrepreneurs kutumia social media and short form content and paid advertising to attract the ideal target audience na upate clients in that process. So if this is something maybe you're interested in and you want to know more about, nipigie simu, I give you some classes. Also, unaweza nipigia simu ufanye some consultations, ama pia kama unasema mimi sitaki kusoma, unaweza nipigia pia usaini ka small contract na timu yangu, then tukufanyie kazi murwa kabisa. Wewe kazi yako iko tu ni kushika simu tu, ama vipi? Asante kabisa. Na mimi niko pale kwa bio, kama uko na product and maybe you want us to talk about it in my videos, usikuwe na wasiwasi hata bugdha, nipigie simu na niko pale kwa bio, and I'll be more than glad to help you.
Wewe, mimi siwezi kujua kitu chenye hawa watoto wanataka mpaka tuwasikize. Na ukiweka mandhari kama ile Ruto ameweka, ati ukituma tweet tu unakujiwa na polisi, watu wataongea aje? Watu wataongea aje bwana, mniambie. Mimi ndio Sifuna.